What's up everybody, it's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you guys today is my review for Lil Wayne's new mixtape, Sorry for the Wait 2. And it's not going to be a very long review, it's actually going to be more of one of my quick little rant reviews because there's not much to break down and talk about in regards to this mixtape. So let me put it to you like this. If you already feel that Lil Wayne has been on a decline since around or after Carter 3, and you haven't been a fan of his for years because of his singing, his overusage of autotune, and his overly sexual bars, this tape isn't going to make you a fan again or make you feel that he's at his best. But if you've been a fan of Lil Wayne's music over the past couple of years and you don't mind all of those things that I just mentioned, you're probably going to like this tape. Because pretty much all it is Lil Wayne rapping and crooning in autotune over popular industry beats. Beats like No Type, Coco, Try Me, You Guessed It, etc. And don't even get me started on that terrible Drunken Love remix with Christina Milian. I don't know what they were thinking with that, because her voice is just depressing when you hear it. Especially when you compare it to Beyonce, man. I don't know what the hell they were trying to do. And to be honest, there's just not much that's interesting about this tape. Lil Wayne does touch on his current situation with Birdman and Cash Money Records a little bit, like on Coco when he says that he's dealing with snakes in the garden and he's a one-man army who just wants his money. But there's not much else that grabbed me about this project. To be fair though, because I'm not going into this being a blind hater who's just trying to get some cheap laughs and views, Wayne does have some nice bars and flows here and there. Like on Selson Blue, Dreams and Nightmares, and Trap House in particular. But his voice is a little bit pitchy and over the top at times, and if you're not a fan of how he uses autotune when he raps, that's going to ruin some of these verses for you. And before the comments section fills up with a bunch of people calling me a Lil Wayne hater, let me explain something to you. I'm not a Lil Wayne hater. At least not a big one, because I used to be a big fan of Lil Wayne back in the day. I think his first 3 solo albums were great, and then Carter 1 and 2 and all his mixtapes and other releases that came out around that time were fire. But over the past couple of years, I just haven't really been feeling his music. I think Carter 3 was a decent album, but it was around that time when I think he started to decline a little bit. At least when you compare it to his older stuff, which was much better, in my opinion. One thing I wonder about though is if Lil Wayne's younger fans are even familiar with his older music, like The Block Is Hot, which was his debut album that dropped in '99, or even the verses that he dropped on the Hot Boys Guerrilla Warfare album. So if you were born in the mid to late 90s or early 2000s, let me know because I'm legitimately curious about that. I want to know if the younger Wayne fans know his older music, and also what you think about it. Because some of these newer Lil Wayne fans weren't even around when his first couple of albums dropped, or they were just toddlers. So it's interesting to me to think about how younger fans think of his music, because I think his earlier stuff is when he was spitting legit fire. And that's why I just don't get why some people think that this current newer style of his is so great and praiseworthy. I understand that rappers change and they evolve and all that stuff, I really do. But that doesn't mean that I have to like everything that veteran rappers release, and I also don't have to give them a pass when they drop mediocre material like this mixtape. So yes, I haven't been a fan of Lil Wayne's music for years, I admit that, but I still respect and listen to his older music. And the reason I'm saying all this is because some people think that if you don't like an artist's newest music, or you don't like a mixtape or an album here and there, you're just an all-out hater. But that's not true. But if you want to call me a hater in regards to Lil Wayne's newer material, because I know that you can't tell some of Lil Wayne's fans anything, you are more than welcome to, because this mixtape is a 2.5 out of 5 at best. Like I said, he does have some alright bars and flows here and there, once you sift through the usual corniness and sexual bullshit. And most of the beats that he chose are on point too, so that's where most of the strength lies within this mixtape. But still, this tape was recycle bin bound as soon as I finished listening to it a couple of times, because it's just the same old shit from Lil Wayne, and there's nothing compelling about this to me. And the fact that he made this in about a month does nothing to change my opinion either, because he still chose to release it, and this has done nothing to make me excited about Carter 5 or any upcoming Lil Wayne music. So that's what I thought about this mixtape. Hit me up in the comments section to let me know what you think about it. If you like this, I'm really curious to know why you like this. And I'm not saying that to goad you into an argument or a battle of insults or anything like that. I'm just legitimately curious. As usual, do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you like, you share, you follow, you retweet, and you especially subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. That Lupe Fiasco review is coming. Just stay tuned for a couple of days because it is a heavy album.